Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, China is wavering on reform, choosing stability instead. But first, American interest rates being kept too low for too long could cause financial instability in future, and stronger market expectations for a rate rise are probably good, said St. Louis Fed President James Bullard, who was a voter on the FOMC. Meanwhile, the American latest factory PMI reading for May is pretty lackluster. It shows expansion in this sector, but only just. The output component fell for the first time since September 2009. Meanwhile, in Europe, the same measure is much more upbeat. Even if it did slip to a 16-month low, it is solidly in expansion. Even France pushed back into expansion in May for both factory activity and services. The Greek Parliament has passed their new budget cuts and tax rises 2 days before the Eurozone meeting expected to unblock much-needed bailout funds worth about $140 billion. The vote was 153 to 145. The struggle now shifts to one between the IMF and Germany. The IMF is insisting on substantial debt relief for Greece. Germany is resisting. In China, reports are emerging that the central bank has lost interest in letting the market determine the price of its currency. It can't give up control of the process or stomach the risks of the transition. They have opted for stability as their primary focus. The manipulation will continue. Reform is only a word in China, not a policy followed by action. They may need more stability, however, soon. China's construction of office buildings is running so hot it is far outstripping demand. A severe and painful correction must follow this building binge. In New York, the benchmark US Treasury 10-year yield is basically unchanged at 1.85%. Locally, swap rates rose and flattened yesterday. In fact, the 2-10 rate curve is now at its flattest in almost a year. Back in late May 2015, however, wholesale rates were about 100 basis points higher than now. The oil price is a little lower today, with the US benchmark just under $48 a barrel and the Brent benchmark just over $48 a barrel. The gold price is also a little lower at $1,251 an ounce. And finally today, the New Zealand dollar will start basically unchanged at 67.7 US cents, 93.7 Aussie cents, and at 60.3 euro cents. The TWI is now at 71.6. A remarkable thing about the Kiwi dollar is that it is approaching a year in this general range. No longer can you say it is strong or weak at this level. It is now normal at this level. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.